Do you feel it? Like something's wrong, but you can't quite explain what it is? Prices are climbing, interest rates are sky high. The stock market is a roller coaster, and real estate feels like it's frozen solid. But the scary part isn't what you see. The scariest thing is what you don't see. And if you're reading or listening to this right now, congratulations, because you still have 3 months left to prepare before the storm hits. That's not drama. That's not a clickbait headline. It's a warning, a serious one, because we may be on the edge of the biggest financial meltdown since the 2008 crisis. And if you don't take action now, your savings, your income, and possibly your financial future could disappear in the blink of an eye. Let me explain why. As of the first quarter of 2025, U.S. credit card debt has topped $1.31 trillion, the highest in history. And it's not just low-income families who are drowning. The middle class is struggling too. Average credit card interest rates are now at 24.6%, according to Bankrate. That means if you bought a $1,000 TV with a card and don't pay it off within a year, you'll pay nearly $250 in interest, just for that privilege. Meanwhile, the 30-year fixed mortgage rate in the U.S. is hovering around 7%, pricing millions out of homeownership. And with no buyers, sellers are stuck. The real estate market is in a deep freeze. And the stock market? On the surface, it looks like it's doing okay. But did you know that 80% of the S&P 500's gains have come from just 7 tech companies? That means most of the market is suffering quietly while the headlines keep you distracted. That's the surface. Below that, it gets uglier. The U.S. government is printing money like there's no tomorrow. In 2024 alone, the federal budget deficit hit $1.7 trillion. And guess who's paying for that? You. Through inflation, through taxes, through the slow erosion of your purchasing power. And why do I say you have only 3 months left? Because leading economists, including former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, have warned that the second half of 2025 could bring a dangerous collapse in the credit markets. That means banks may stop lending. Businesses will run out of capital. Layoffs will accelerate. And the market could panic like a trapped animal. You think it'll just affect Wall Street? No. When the U.S. economy stumbles, the whole world falls with it. Countries like Vietnam, which rely on exports and foreign capital, will feel the shock waves almost immediately. Now here comes the real question. What can you do to survive? I'm not going to tell you to buy gold or land or withdraw all your cash. I'm not here to sell you crypto or a secret course. I'm here to give you clear, actionable steps to protect your money, whether you've got $500 or $5 million. Step 1. Cut unnecessary spending. Yeah, you've heard it before, but it's more critical now than ever. Look at your last 3 months of bank statements. How much went to things you didn't need? Coffee, subscriptions, takeout you barely remember. That's not just wasted money. That's survival fuel you might need later. Step 2. Increase your emergency cash. You should have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses in cash or something easily accessible. Don't have it locked in volatile stocks or complicated investments. In a crisis, cash is king. It gives you options when others are stuck. Step 3. Create extra income streams. You can only cut back so much. You got to earn more. Freelance. Sell things online. Rent out and use space. Teach. Anything. Even an extra $100 a month could be the lifeline that keeps you afloat when the storm comes. Step 4. Review your investments. If you're invested in the markets, take a deep breath and check your portfolio. Don't panic, but also don't be reckless. Dump the speculative plays you don't understand. Focus on assets that provide steady income, that are recession-resistant, that you actually understand. Step 5. Learn. This is not the time to scroll endlessly or binge Netflix. Carve out 30 minutes a day to read about finance, listen to economic podcasts, or watch thoughtful content. The more you understand, the less likely you are to be fooled when the chaos begins. And most importantly, don't panic. Panic is what makes people poor in a crisis. The ones who get rich are the ones who stay calm and make smart moves. In 2008, millions lost everything. But a few became millionaires because they stayed prepared while everyone else lost their minds. You don't have to be a genius, but you do have to be awake. If you're still thinking, the government will save us, I've got bad news. You are at the very bottom of the bailout list. Corporations come first. Banks, institutions, and then maybe eventually people like us, if there's anything left. But if you've made it this far, you're not like most people. You know what's coming, and knowing gives you a choice. You can ignore this and hope everything goes back to normal. Or you can act, starting now. Not big, not flashy. Just wisely, consistently. Because in 3 months, everything could change. No one knows the exact moment a financial crisis hits. In 2008, it happened fast. News broke. Banks collapsed. People lined up at ATMs. Jobs disappeared. Assets evaporated. By the time it's on the news, it's too late. That's why now, while the skies still look semi-clear, you need to prepare. Like someone who sees dark clouds in the distance and finds an umbrella, not someone who waits to get soaked before looking for shelter. This isn't fortune-telling. It's math. It's history. It's pattern recognition. And you have a choice. Let this be your wake-up call. You still have time. Not much, but enough. Use it.